You can help attract bobwhite quail to your land by growing plants that provide food and shelter for quail. This video will describe 10 plants that quail readily use. First, let's look at 2 kinds of shrubs that quail use each day for their covey headquarters. These shrubs are American plum and shrub dogwoods. You can encourage shrub growth by removing an overhead canopy of trees or destroying sod-forming grasses. Thickets should have taller shrubs in the center that gradually taper to the shortest shrubs on the perimeter. American plum is a thicket-forming shrub reaching 10 to 15 feet in height. The plant spreads by underground root suckers that send up new shoots every 1 to 2 feet apart. In the thicket interior, the older plants may be 3 to 4 feet apart. Bark on older trunks and limbs peels into long linear plates. Small white lenticels or pores are prominent on the younger branches and twigs. In April, American plum shrubs will be covered with fragrant white blossoms. This shrub is one of the first to bloom in the spring. The leaves are egg-shaped or oval with toothed edges, 1.5 to 2 inches wide and 2 to 4 inches long. By late summer, mature shrubs may produce small plum fruit about 1 inch long. In September, these small plums turn red or purple and fall to the ground. You might find the pits of the fruit on the ground under these shrubs during winter. You can tell which plants are American plum by the short, stiff spurs that bear fruit and leaves during the growing season. The second important shrub that provides quail covey headquarters is shrub dogwood. Several types of shrubby dogwood will form thickets readily used by quail. To help identify during the winter, look for shrubs with branches that bear twigs and buds opposite of each other. The only other common woody species with opposite branching are maples and ashes. The newest twigs on shrub dogwoods are red, purple, green, or yellow-green, depending upon the species. The leaves are 1.5 inches wide and 2 to 5 inches long. The edges are smooth and the leaves are opposite each other. The blooms, however, are not noticeable. The fruit, which is bluish to white in appearance, will form clusters. Annual plants are needed for quail habitat. Common ragweed is a native food most commonly used by bobwhite quail in Missouri. It's also a real problem for people with allergies. Ragweed grows easily. Activities like prescribed burning, disking, and grazing will produce ragweed from the natural seed bank in the soil. The leaves of ragweed are deeply cut into many different lobes, but not rough to the touch. You won't notice the flowers. The seeds germinate when the soil warms in April and have a half-dozen sharp points on top like a crown. Foxtail are a weedy annual grass that quail like for protective and roosting cover if thick enough. These weeds respond to spring tillage if present in the soil seed bank. The seed heads form in June through September and form a tight, bristly cylinder that looks like a fluffy foxtail. If you look closely, the leaves usually have hairs on the surface. Tame millets are often grown for the bird feed industry, and it's attractive to quail when grown in food plots. These annual plants will hold their seed into the winter without being eaten by deer. You can buy millets through seed suppliers. Look for foxtail, pearl, or brown top millets. There are several varieties of annual Lespedeza that are good for quail. Korean, Kobe, and common varieties are recommended. Avoid Marion Lespedeza, which is too aggressive. If used, be sure to disc Marion each year to reduce plant numbers. Annual Lespedezas produce an edible seed for quail until buried by a heavy snowfall. Insects are attracted to this plant, making it valuable for brood rearing. It should be planted during the late winter months. Annual Lespedeza will be encouraged by late winter burns before seeds germinate in the spring. Annual Lespedeza has the typical 3-leaflet leaf of many legumes. You can easily see the veins of the leaflet. It has a small dark purple bloom that appears in late summer. Partridge pea is another food plant attractive to insects for quail broods. Partridge peas are found in open areas and respond to fall and winter burning or disking. This annual has a single yellow flower that is showy. Its leaves are divided into many smaller leaflets. Perennial plants are ideal for quail habitat. The Illinois bundleflower is a common plant. Unlike softer seeds, bundleflowers and partridge pea will last in the soil for many years. The hard seed is digestible after being weathered on the soil surface. Multiple white flowers blossom in bundleflowers. The leaves are divided and subdivided into many small leaflets. Beggar's lice or tick trefoil are desired by quail, although a nuisance for long-haired hunting dogs. This perennial wild legume can be encouraged with prescribed burning and herbicide applications to set back grass cover. The plant attracts insects for broods and produces seed for fall and winter feeding. There are many species of beggar's lice in Missouri. The leaves look very similar to a bean leaf. Some species look like a small shrub, while others grow tall with a single stalk. Its yellow or purple flower blossoms in midsummer. The last of the 10 plants is the slender Lespedeza. This is a native perennial legume once found in the prairies of Missouri. The plant attracts insects and produces seed that does not shatter off the plant until late fall or early winter. The 3 leaflets of the leaf are kind of pointed at the tip. In September, slender Lespedeza is covered with showy purple blossoms. Only 1 seed is contained in each seed case or pod. Be sure not to confuse this plant with Sericea lespedeza, which is an aggressive invader with cream-colored blooms and blunt leaf tips. Here we have described to you the most popular plants needed to keep quail on your land. There are many choices as quail feed on more than 300 plants in Missouri. You can encourage natural food and cover plants by frequent soil disturbances, such as burning, disking, spraying, and light grazing. Reducing shade in fence lines and woodlot edges will also help. If you would like more help to identify these and other plants, check out these websites. Books and pamphlets are also available at Missouri Department of Conservation offices.